Your bad habits are holding you back. I thought long and hard about what kind of video that I wanted to start this channel with, so I'm diving straight into the deep end to hopefully stop you setting yourself up for failure. You may even already consider yourself a failure in some aspect of your life, but I can tell you right now that you're not. If you are seeking out videos like this with an open mind, ready to listen, ready to change your mindset, then how can you be a failure? The failures are the people who have already given up or neglected to do the work to improve themselves. Now, I'm especially passionate about this topic because I see each of these habits in people I care about, and I wish I could just shake that stupid little voice inside their heads out of them, but unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So here's the next best thing, an anger-fueled YouTube video. Before we get started, hello, my name is Sophie, also known as Kadea across the internet, and I have a lot of valuable advice for anyone, whether you're a content creator yourself or just someone navigating adult life who wants more for themselves. On to the first habit. Using your time unproductively. We have very limited time on this planet. We can't afford to waste it. And I'm not talking about time used to relax, enjoy a book or TV show, hanging out with friends. Not being productive doesn't mean that you're being unproductive. Everyone needs to give themselves time to chill and not feel guilty about it. Being unproductive is an active choice, and you could argue that it's not a choice, but it's still a product of unchecked toxic behaviors. I mean things like worrying about what your peers are doing and then getting mad at yourself for not doing enough. Comparing yourself to someone else is very much unproductive. Like, there's no other person in this world that has had the same journey as you. It's also a waste of time. Maybe you don't want to get started with something because you have such little confidence in yourself. I mean, why try when you're probably not going to do well anyway, or that you're unworthy of success? Maybe you're someone that overthinks reaching out to a dream brand or applying for your dream career because you think that you're not good enough. These are what are called limiting beliefs. It's another form of self-sabotage, like you're placing your own restrictions on yourself. Why would you do that? What is the point? If anyone can have the most ridiculous, out-of-this-world ambitions for yourself, it's you! Why would you hold yourself back? And I get it, yeah, the big question is, how do you stop? Yes, it's easier said than done. Personally, I've got very good at asking myself, is this worth dedicating any of my energy to, or should I just get on with it? But not everyone is at that point. It's like a big mindset change that you have to make. Start by writing down those thoughts, like, I'll never be as successful as this person, there's no point trying, I'll just get rejected or fail, I wish I could do that, or I can't do that. And then bear with me, because this is going to sound like the most silly exercise, but cross them out and rewrite them. I am capable. I can do that. I will succeed. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. It's okay to make mistakes as long as I learn from them. Rejection is just a part of life, and actually dealing with rejection is a very important skill for you to have. Sometimes it helps to just pretend that a friend has come to you with a similar problem. What would you say to them? You'd probably try and make them feel better and more confident. Why won't you do that for yourself as well? Why aren't you as kind to yourself? Growing up, I was a worrier. I mean, I'm still a worrier, but after years of practice, I am so good at not worrying about things that aren't worth worrying about. Like, am I ever worried that my friends don't like me? No, absolutely not. That thought doesn't even enter my head. Like, I have the utmost respect for my friends, and I wouldn't be friends with people who wouldn't have the decency to tell me that they don't like me. That is childish behavior that we don't accept. So I never have to sit here and worry about things like that and waste my time, because it's just not applicable. And that is what I want for everyone, to have that confidence, have that respect for your friends, have that respect for yourself, be kind to yourself. And yeah, as I said before, it is easier said than done trying to address these habits. But the first step is being aware of it, and then you can work at it. So that is my first bad habit that I think that everyone needs to work on right now. I think I've made my point, so on to the next bad habit, which is relying on motivation. Hear me out. Feeling motivated to achieve your goals, that is fantastic, that is wonderful, I am so happy for you. However, it's not realistic to believe that you're gonna feel motivated to do everything you need to get done. You're not gonna have motivation to do everything, and there's gonna be some things you have to do that you're not gonna wanna do sometimes. Motivation, it comes and goes. Discipline is more important. I would say it's the most valuable thing. This is probably also a very good time to mention that I have ADHD. I do have the combined type as well, so I really can't rely on motivation for anything. Like, I can feel so motivated to tackle certain tasks that I'm very excited about, but often those are tasks that aren't high priority. I'm also self-employed now, so if I don't do the work, I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, I can't pay my bills. It's been a difficult switch, I won't lie. I had to learn self-discipline at a level that I've never had to before. Now, I am human, and I do still stumble every now and then, but I get back up on that horse and I keep going. I am someone who is very goal-oriented, and a lot of my goals revolve around financial freedom, financial independence. Those are very important to me. I mean, cost of living crisis, everything is expensive. I just want to not stress about money. So that's where my drive for discipline really comes from. Like, figure out what is important to you, whether it is similar goals to mine, or not, what you're aiming for, and keep that in mind when you're planning your day, your week, whatever. Remind yourself what you're doing it for. Coping mechanisms are definitely different from person to person, but I do want to give you some actionable advice with everything else that I'm saying. So for me personally, what works is I literally write out, handwritten, a to-do list every single day of the things I need to do that day. I also have a whiteboard just over there with everything that I need to do that's high priority, when it's due, just so I can look that way, and I have that reminder, because I also have no object permanence. If I don't have these constant reminders, they don't exist. I will literally forget them, and I can't make myself do something when I'm forgotten that it's even on my agenda for the day. So, notebook always here, whiteboard always there. Post-it notes if you're that kind of person, very helpful in my opinion. I've also heard of people that will print out their kind of mood board of the year. So I have a mood board, which maybe I'll show you in another video and take you through it, or maybe at the end of the year to see how far I've come. Just to, like, what kind of life I want. What are my goals for this year specifically? So that is what my mood board is. Maybe you want one for life in general, maybe you want one for a year, maybe you want one just for, I don't know, winter. It's completely up to you. But you could print that out, you could put that on a wall. Some people put it as their phone background, which I love. Anything to remind you what you're doing this for. Keep yourself disciplined, don't go off track. Yeah, very rich of me to say that as someone with ADHD, and I'm sure there are some of you also with it, but we do have to work harder. There's no way around it. Third habit, and I hate this one so much, the fear of being seen. If you are worried about what other people are thinking about you, unproductive use of your time, by the way, then you'll never do big things, exciting things. Not getting out of your own comfort zone, that just stunts your own personal growth and development, your confidence, and it only affects you. I know I said not to compare, but think about the kind of person who is constantly putting themselves out there, not caring what others think. When I was a teenager, I would take this huge, heavy tripod outside that was nearly the same height as me to take outfit photos, like in public, and then post them online on fashion forums. They were terrible. And don't get me wrong, I love them being terrible. I can look back and see how much I've progressed as a photographer and as a person who wears clothes. Back then I also had a fashion blog. That's how I started doing content creation, and I've never been a good words person. Did I let that stop me? I sucked at speaking to the camera while also playing video games, playing League of Legends, but I worked at it. I started making a week in my life vlogs, and yeah, they were highly uninteresting, but I love looking back at those memories. Again, please don't think that I'm being self-deprecating. It's okay to admit that I have come so far, and I'm really happy about that. It's okay to word it in this kind of way. I'm glad I had those experiences. The most important thing is that was all so far out of my comfort zone. Like, I was so scared holding a camera in public in front of me and speaking into it. If I had never done that though, for so long, I wouldn't be where I am now. Now I couldn't care less. I'll vlog anywhere. Busy streets, at events, at a funeral, not at a funeral. I was actually at a shoot all day yesterday, and someone genuinely asked me how I wasn't nervous to pose in front of a camera, but it doesn't matter to me how those photos turn out. If I look terrible, who cares? I put myself out there online a lot, and some people take that as permission to comment on my appearance, especially if they don't like it. But like, what's that got to do with me? I just want to talk about video games. Back on topic, please. Like, I don't need to hear your opinion, and if you want to give it to me, why does it matter to me? It doesn't matter to me. Because of all these experiences that I've had in the past, I have so much self-confidence, and I wish that I could just hand it out to the people in my life, but unfortunately, they're just gonna have to do what I did and put themselves out there too. Fourth habit, being a people pleaser. This one is a little hard for me to talk about because I don't understand it. Being a people pleaser means that you have unhealthy boundaries and that other people's needs take priority over your own. You have trouble saying no, and it leads to social burnout and you being taken advantage of. I think that people pleasers like that they're being perceived as nice, but I've never perceived them as nice. I can only see them as, and I'm sorry for putting it so bluntly, spineless. They are spineless. You can be polite and nice and still have boundaries. In fact, that is what you should be aiming for. And on the flip side, I don't have a people-pleasing problem, but I do have a wanting to help people in my own way problem, especially content creators. In the past, I have been so quick to facilitate introductions, getting people into events, getting them opportunities, recommending them to brands, helping them figure out their own content strategies. This video isn't supposed to be about that, but it didn't go well. It hasn't gone well. It still continues to not go well. Now I put myself first. Of course, if I have any extra capacity to help others, I will. I will point people in the right direction instead of putting my brand on the line and doing proper introductions or trying to get them into events and stuff like that. And what I've realized as well, it is a respect thing. And people who are content creators and they take it seriously, they would never ask you to put your brand on the line. If they want an introduction that badly, they will send you a pitch. They will treat it seriously, even if you're best friends. They won't be like, hey, give me an introduction just because we're friends. They would tell you what their plans are. But like before, that might be because I have standards for my friends, and you should too. Back to the whole people-pleasing thing, I don't know what to advise here. You need to put yourself first too. Habit number 5, relying on luck. So many people, especially content creators, they are so quick to attribute success to luck, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm so lucky that I get to do this cool thing. No, I'm not lucky. I get to do this cool thing because of all of the hard work that I've put in over the years. There are people who just sit and wait for their dream brands to reach out to them, thinking that it'll magically just start happening without any action on their part. Not just brands, waiting for success to fall into their lap, a partner to walk into their life, the perfect job to appear out of thin air. The part of content creation that I really excel at is the networking, the pitching myself, the negotiating. I call it the business side. I have built up a huge professional network over the last decade, from attending and making the most out of events, email outreach, recommendations internally, brand to brand. I will have more in-depth videos covering all of those topics in the future, but for now, some people do try to put me down. Oh, it's just luck that they happen to be in the right room at the right time. But it's my hard work and my own choices that put me in that room in the first place. And if I wasn't in that room, it's me actively making something happen. That isn't luck at all. I may feel lucky sometimes, but it's not luck. This is the mindset that you need to have. And sometimes it might feel like luck when a piece of content goes viral, especially given how mysterious certain algorithms are. But it's not luck that you create quality content that is worthy of virality. You did that. You made it happen. And regardless of whether you agree or disagree with me about luck, you still can't rely on it. That is probably the part that we can agree on. Put the work in. Don't expect things to happen. Especially don't get jealous of things happening to other people because they put the work in. I'm not trying to brag, but I get a lot of very cool paid opportunities. More than creators I know with 2x, 3x, 4x my audience. The difference is that I was making it happen while they just waited around. And I know you don't have to tell me, you don't have to leave a comment about it. We are comparing again. I'm not intending to. I'm just like, see how good life could be if you put in the work. And just in case this is at all relatable, this is all coming from someone who did for many years go live on Twitch, putting in the bare minimum effort, literally just going live and hoping for the best, and hoping that was the day that I got discovered. It doesn't work like that. I was so lazy when it came to content creation. I wouldn't even call that content creation. Okay, I will leave it at that for today. Honestly, kind of therapeutic. Oh, wait. Putting people on a pedestal. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe so you can see more videos like this in your sub box, and I'll see you in the next one.